If I wanna sit in and drink super tenants in the day, I will. No one's gonna fucking tell me jack. But can you rely on anyone in this world? No, you can't. It's all my fault there's wall-to-wall empty cans. I sat in the kitchen all fucked off, imagining over and over what they were all doing behind my back. Dodgy things going on, actions I regretted. A stained bottle with a pipe and tin foil on the mat. Scott texted me to say he'd have a look at the TV for me, and I felt like just telling him to fuck right off, chap. But what he said about wanting to do the right thing by both mates and then opting to stay out, it seemed to match. But I sold him he could make it up by fixing the TV. He said that's the least he could do to square things flat. I thought that'd be that, but then the next bit was mad. This is where everything started to all turn back.
It's the end of something I did not want to end. Beginning of hard times to come. But something that was not meant to be is done. And this is the start of what was.
He had to unscrew about 15 screws before he could pull the panel off the back to get in the fecking thing. But just as he did so, he said he saw something that slipped inside behind the panel, down the back of it. Must have been some leaflets or a bill maybe. I didn't want to lose the bill in case it was a final warning. So we both tried to get the back off and work out if there are any more screws to get out or if we left any in. And when he looked down the back of the TV, his eyes just froze before he rammed his hand in, saying, "No shit." He's looking at me absolutely speechless. He can't quite believe what he's trying to pull out the slit. I get up wondering what he's smiling about. He's shaking his head at this point with the biggest of grins. I looked down the back of the TV and that's where it was, in all its glory, my £1,000.
End of something I did not want to end. Beginning of hard times to come. But something that was not meant to be is done. And this is the start of what was.
About 2 this afternoon, the last of the people left my house, cause they never stopped chatting till all the racket's gone. I really feel like things clicked into place at some point, or maybe it's the fact that me and Alison really got on. Or maybe it's that I realise that it is true. No one's really there fighting for you in the last garrison. No one except yourself, that is. No one except you. You are the one who's got your back till the last deed's done. Scott can't have my back till the absolute end, cause he's got to look out for what over his horizon. He's got to make sure he's not lonely, not broke. It's enough to worry about keeping his own head above. I shut the door behind me, huddled up in my coat, condensation floating off my Beth, squinted out the sun. My jeans felt a bit tight, I think I washed them too high. I was going to be late, so I picked up my pace to run.
End of something I did not want to end. Beginning of hard times to come. But something that was not meant to be is done. And this is the start of what was. It's the end of something I did not want to end. Beginning of hard times to come. But something that was not meant to be is done. And this is the start of what was. It's the end of something I did not want to end. Beginning of hard times to come. But something that was not meant to be is done. And this is the start of what was. It's the end of something I did not want to end. Beginning of hard times to come. But something that was not meant to be is done. And this is the start of what was.